been trying my best for a while, trying to please everyone who's around me. I've been putting on a fake smile, even though I'm wasting time. I don't wanna be trapped in a box, trying to be like the rest when I'm not. I just wanna go my own way, gonna let the past burn down. Cause honestly, don't wanna be stuck in boring conversations with you.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a complete declutter of my kitchen today. If you have been following me for some time now, you would know that I am completely decluttering my entire house. I really want to get my home nice and organized for the new year. So if you are in need of some decluttering motivation, or maybe you are doing the same thing around your home, you are definitely in the right place. And I would love for you to subscribe and follow me along my journey of decluttering my house, and we can all do this together.
I'll be going away for a while. Oh, and I don't know what I'll find. Maybe I can be a rock star, playing songs on my guitar.
Now I'm going to start out in this cabinet. This is where all of my bowls and plates and cups and things like that live. And ever since I started collecting Rae Dunn, I have just so many mugs that are not being used and taking up way too much space in here. So I figured I would go ahead and declutter those. And then I had some plates and stuff that were kind of retired and looking kind of janky, so I needed to get those out as well. And anything that you see me pull out of here, I will be placing into a box and taking that out for donations.
I don't wanna be trapped in a box. I just wanna go my own way.
Now I'm going to move on to this cabinet, and this is where I keep all of my supplements and medications and like first aid type stuff. I also have just random things in here, if I'm being honest. It's kind of like a junk cabinet, and I figured the best way to declutter this is to take it all out and wipe it all down, and that way I have everything out in front of me and I can really visualize what needs to stay in here and what needs to go. Now, if you have been following me for some time, you would know that I actually completely decluttered my kitchen a few months back, and I took everything out of all of my cabinets and drawers and I decluttered everything at one time that way. And I promised myself that I would never do that again. It was so overwhelming. It took forever. I also had no space to work. And I just feel like it was one of those situations where I was working harder, not smarter. So I decided this time around I would do it space by space. This is usually how I like to declutter. I just take it one little area at a time, get all of that decluttered, and then I will move on to the next area. I just feel like it works out the best, and I feel like I'm being more productive and utilizing my time a little bit better.
Couldn't keep the door shut, and now the frostbite's creeping in. 'Cause I've been stone cold since you left me here. So come home. Why won't you reappear? Things that I said came out totally wrong. Can't speak.
So while I am finishing up this cabinet, I wanted to take this time and introduce myself. If you are new around here, my name is Whitney and I'm a mom to 2 kids. I have a 4-year-old son named Barrett and a 2-year-old daughter named Savannah. And I am a stay-at-home mom, but I do love to make tons of cleaning and organizing motivation videos here on my channel. I also like home decor and I try to incorporate that into my videos as well. So if that sounds like something that you're into, I would love it if you guys would stick around and subscribe and join my family. We would love to have you. So now we are going to be organizing my spice cabinet, and this was actually one of the areas that I was really excited to tackle today. I got this awesome spice rack off Amazon. I will have it linked down below for you guys. I love it. I can see all of my spices right in front of me, and it fits perfectly in this cabinet, and I just highly recommend it. I love it. It comes with all of these labels pre-printed out and ready to go to stick on the containers, so it makes that aspect easy as well. I know some people might think putting them into glass jars is kind of pointless, and if I'm being honest, I kind of agree, but I do like the way that it looks. I feel like it's a lot more cohesive, looks more organized, and that was kind of the goal that I was going for while I'm decluttering this year. Is I want my areas to also bring me joy, so that when I look at them I also feel at ease and I know that everything is organized and beautiful and just the way that I like. Now, you do not need to purchase expensive things to organize your home. You don't need all of these beautiful acrylic containers and glass jars. You can just go to the Dollar Tree, or even Walmart has really affordable options as well, and you can still get a beautiful and organized home on a budget.
You got me stone cold. Got me stone cold.
They keep on telling lies. That is how we stay alive.
So now I'm gonna get in here and take the rest of this stuff out of this cabinet so that I could wipe it all down. I am a little bit sad because I do have some oil and grease stains on the wood in here just from cooking and all of that stuff, and I know that it won't ever come out. I do need to get some cabinet liners to put in here. It's just something that I always forget to get while I'm out doing these projects, but that is definitely something that I plan on doing in the future. But I did need to move this shelf up one notch because it wouldn't fit in that bottom shelf if I didn't do this. And I just love the way that this looks in here. It just makes everything look so much more organized, and I can see it all in front of me. I swear I spent so much time trying to find spices than I was actually using them, and it just was not functioning for me. So I was so excited to have this, and then I originally put all of my stuff just on the shelf there like you see, and then I end up putting it into this little container that I had. I feel like it looks a lot nicer and a lot more cohesive, and that way I know all of my extra spices are in the same place. So moving on, I'm going to be organizing my utensil drawer here. This is the one that I have pretty much all of my little gadgets for the kitchen. So I really wanted to get this organized and looking a little bit nicer than it was. I kind of just had some janky organization bins in here that a friend actually gave me her old knife set in, and I just kind of kept them in there. But I purchased these 3-pack little organization bins from Target. I believe it was 3 for $2, so even cheaper than a Dollar Tree. They actually have a lot of organization stuff out right now that I love. Super affordable. And another place, if you guys are looking for stuff, is TJ Maxx. They have so many great options, and that is where all of the gray bins that I used earlier in this video are from, and I love them.
That's how we stay alive.
So now we are going to organize my junk drawer. This is an area that I have to organize every couple of months. Y'all, it's a junk drawer. I mean, this is where the stuff is kept that doesn't have a place, and so of course it's going to get messy because we all have a tendency just to throw things in here. I mean, maybe I don't speak for everybody, but this is how I am and this is my real life. So I am just gonna get in here. I'm gonna take everything out so that I can wipe it down nice and clean. That was another thing that I wanted to do in this video, was just to kind of clean out all of my drawers because crumbs tend to fall in there and whatever else. So I will take this time. I'll go through all of the pens and see if they're working, and then just kind of get some stuff out of there that doesn't belong in there that I can put upstairs or in another area of the house. And y'all will be so shocked about how much stuff comes out of here that doesn't go back in. And I don't really throw away anything from this drawer, maybe a couple of papers and things like that, but for the most part all of this stuff is just being relocated to another area.
An option to be someone else, I would, and like all of you. I know that I'm obvious, forget I'm made this way, but why didn't I stay when I had the chance? Maybe it will pass by, someone save me for a pass out. I'm too lonely to be done in my drink at this pace. Yeah. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to?
Now again, I had mentioned that I just kind of wanted to clean out all of the drawers and cabinets in this video, so that is what I'm just going to take this time and do. I'm going to vacuum out this drawer here. This is where we keep all of our sandwich baggies and things like that, and then in the silverware drawer, I just wanted to vacuum that out as well. I don't declutter anything in here. I think I threw away a couple of plastic straws that we no longer have the water bottles for, but other than that, everything else is staying. So now we are going to move on to my baking cabinet. This is where I keep all of my flour and sugar, and then I have my teas in here as well. I'm kind of doing the same process for this. Again, I'm just going to take everything out so that I can wipe it down, and then that way it makes it easier when I go in to organize everything. I had 2 bags of flour, and then my flour container was completely empty. This is literally the story of my life, but again, I'm just going to take this time and put all the flour in there, and that way I can get rid of some of the space that those bags are taking up, and it'll just make it a lot easier when I go in to organize.
Even if you tried, you wouldn't.
And then here, really quickly, I'm just going to organize my teas and stuff like that, and then I have all of my brown sugar and powdered sugar in the other container, and then I will begin to place everything back into this cabinet and just get it looking a lot more organized.
Hold up, baby, I can sit beside you while you're going on about your simple life. Nothing left you thinking that maybe you're not different. Go on, blow up your ego, your undenying, undying ego. Oh, look here he goes, stepping on toes with his humble.
So now we are going to move into under my sink, and again, this is one of those spaces that I recently, or maybe not so recently, but I did within the past year on my channel. I did a complete organization video on this area, and for the most part, this organization situation that I had going on worked out really well. The tension rod that I used to have in here actually broke, so that is why that is missing from this video. It's not that it didn't work, it's just it broke. So I do need to eventually get a new one, but for the time being, I use a different little method that you guys will see in a second. But again, just taking everything out, going through it. I had so many empty bottles of cleaning products in here. I was really shocked at myself that I would just throw them back in there and then they are just taking up more space. So definitely throwing those away, and then I had some cleaning products that I just needed to relocate to another area, which I'm going to be completely doing an organization video on my cleaning products in the near future. So definitely make sure you guys are subscribed and have your notification bell turned on so that you don't miss that video. I'm really excited to do that project. Anyways, I got this little 2-tiered drawer organizer thing for under the sink. I think I got it from Target. It was $14, I believe, and it was the perfect size to put my sponges and towels and stuff like that in there, and I love it. I'm so glad that I got it. I feel like it utilized that vertical space a lot better, and I don't know, I'm just really happy with it. So I will leave that linked down below. I will try to leave links for all of my organization stuff that I have in this video. Of course, the ones from like TJ Maxx and stuff, I probably won't be able to have a link, but definitely go check out your local TJ Maxx because they've got a ton of organization stuff out this year.
Stepping on toes with these humble acting everlasting egos. Oh, here he goes, here he goes, here he goes. Oh, here he goes.
Now, I stole this idea from my friend Jamie. I saw in her recent video she used a turntable for her cleaning products, and I thought that was genius. I don't know why I never thought of doing that. And I just had this turntable sitting on top of my refrigerator for months, literally not being used for anything. So I thought it was a great addition to this space because I don't have a ton of cleaning products under here, just the ones that I use on a daily basis. So I thought it was perfect for that.
We can pretend that we're just friends, yeah, but who are we kidding? We can.
So now we are going to move into this cabinet, and this is actually the last cabinet that I'm going to be organizing in this video. And it is my kids' like craft and game, and there's coloring books and all kinds of stuff, Play-Doh in here, and it is a locked cabinet so they don't go in here a whole lot. But it is one of those spaces where when we're done with a project, I kind of just throw it in there and it gets really disorganized very quickly. Now, I was not trying to make this look beautiful because honestly, it just gets messed up so much that there's really no point to have like a Pinterest-worthy area for this space. So that is not what I was going for at all. I just wanted it to be decluttered. I knew we had some markers that were dried out and like papers that were drawn on that could have been thrown away and things like that were just taking up way too much space in this cabinet. So I'm just going to take this time. I'm going to organize everything a little bit better. I do throw out a few things, but for the most part, everything is staying.
Who are we kidding? We can pretend that we feel nothing and keep it hidden now. 'Cause I've been thinking about crossing the line and just giving. Can I feel it the way I do? 'Cause I've been thinking about you all the time, can't get enough. I wanna make it with you. This time I'm gonna be true. Only you move me to the rhythm. 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 Only you move me to the rhythm.
So now that everything is nice and organized, I did need to go in here and clean because of course with a decluttering project comes a mess, especially in a kitchen. There's always crumbs in places that maybe you thought weren't actually there. So the first thing that I needed to do was to empty my dishwasher. And so I just cleaned off the little table there real quick so that I had a clean space to put my dishes onto. And I'm just gonna unload all of those dishes, and that way I can move on to the rest of the cleaning in here and just get everything put into their place.
I know we feel the same about the situation, like we're stuck inside a game. Time to get out of this circle, yeah, we both carry a scar. Let's rewrite the part we're playing, time to cherish who we are. The only thing I ever wanted starts with us taking the chance. Not like anything we've done before, yeah. Now it's time for something better, and time for us to follow our dreams. No, we can't stay no more. Come run away, don't be afraid, we'll be okay. And I know it's the right thing to do, let's break away. All colors will fade, let's go our own way. Now's the time to decide what to do, and I'll stand by you. By you, I'll stand by you. Now's the time to decide what to do, let's break away.
Once the dishwasher has been unloaded, I do have a few dishes in here that I needed to put away from dinner time this evening, so I am just going to take this moment and do that. And then I'm also going to be washing out my sink. This is something that I just do every single night after dinner. I hate a dirty sink. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. So I just take a little bit of dish soap, I scrub it down, and call it a day. I do sometimes deep clean my kitchen. I want to say probably once a week, if not twice a week, but on a daily basis, I just use a little bit of soap and a sponge.
We'll be okay. And I know it's the right thing to do, let's break away. All colors will fade, let's go our own way. Now's the time to decide what to do, and I'll stand by you. By you, I'll stand by you. Now's the time to decide what to do, let's break away. Somehow this is beautiful, yeah. About time.
So now I am going to go through and pick up all of the countertops because, again, with a decluttering project, you're going to have all kinds of stuff out and all over your home, and you might have your house in shambles for a little bit before you finish all of your decluttering projects. I know for me, my office is my collect all for these. I kind of just tend to put things in there and they'll sit there until I have completely finished all of the projects that I have done. Even right now, while I am working and doing these voiceovers, I have a ton of stuff piled behind me from decluttering my kitchen because I'm waiting until I move on to my next project to be able to utilize the rest of those bins and just get everything else into their own space.
I'll stand by you. Now's the time to decide what to do, let's break away. How can I compare thee when no one ever could come close? Look around, but I can't see. That is usually just how it goes. Brought a new horizon, opened up our doors to something more. Spun me round and you showed.
So now I'm just going to quickly go through and wipe down the countertops. I'm just using a multi-purpose cleaner and a damp rag to do this. It is my favorite way to wipe down the countertops. I don't know how anybody can clean their countertops without a damp rag. It just makes it so much easier in my opinion. It does leave streaks on my kitchen counter, but for an everyday, daily wipe down, it doesn't really bother me and it just gets the job done a lot quicker.
For the longest time, I've been out of my mind, trying to lose every single trace of you. But I know it's true that nothing, no, nothing, I said nothing comes close to you.
And now I'm going to incorporate all of my before and after shots right here in this video for you guys so you can see the full transformation at hand. And this is actually going to finish today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and it gave you some motivation to declutter and organize your home today. I love decluttering projects, and again, I have so many more coming up on my channel, and I would love for you guys to join with me and declutter your home with me. Put me up on the screen and we can tackle and get our homes organized together. As always, thank you guys so much for watching my videos and supporting my channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Tell me what to do when nothing, no one ever comes close to you, close to you. For the